Good morning, guys. Whenever I start lecture, someone comes and disturbs us. So we'll start lecture now. As we have started discussion about the unit number 5, and I have discussed with you yesterday the syllabus of the unit number 5. Okay. So what is the syllabus? In the title of the unit number 5 is the distribution of water. Water distribution systems, method of distributing water system, configuration, its appurtenances, basic system requirements, hydraulic analysis, head balance method, quantity balance method, equivalent pipe concept. So this much part we are going to study under the unit number 5, distribution of water. Okay. So the first one, yesterday I told you what is the water distribution system. So the main purpose of the distribution system is to deliver water to consumer with appropriate quality, quantity, and pressure. Distribution system is used to describe collectively the facilities used to supply water from its source to point of usage. So what is the fundamental requirement? I hope you have understood what is the fundamental requirement of the distribution system. To make available water to the public without compromising the quality, quantity, and pressure. Are you getting?
Recording in progress.
So without compromising the quality, quantity, and pressure, public should get the water, sufficient water, and that is nothing but the water distribution basic aim. Okay. So what are the functions of distribution system? Distribution system is need to be constructed. It is a network of the pipeline, and this network is going to help to the consumers by providing water for various purposes, and these purposes are nothing but the domestic purpose, commercial purpose, industrial purpose, and firefighting purpose. Okay, so these are the various requirements of the distribution system. I hope you have noted down the title of the today's subject is the distribution system. So yesterday I told you to write down what is the distribution system. If not, please note, write down only the sentence. The purpose of distribution system is to deliver water to consumers with appropriate quality, quantity, and pressure. Okay. So please note down this. If you have not noted yesterday, I don't remember what we did, then we will go for the next point.
Recording in progress.
What I feel, guys, shall we continue? Actually, I am planning to conduct lecture today at 11:30 to 12:30, one lecture, and 12:30 to 1:30 regular break will be there, and 1:30 to 2:30 second lecture. So instead of that, shall I continue 2 lectures from 11:30 to 1:30? If you allow, I will continue. Otherwise, I don't mind to continue with the as per schedule. Someone can answer, please. Someone can answer, please. Okay, let it be as it is. Finished? Okay, no problem. We will continue 11:30 to 12:30 one lecture, and 1:30 to 2:30 another lecture. No problem. Over. I hope you have finished. Nobody is replying.
No, ma'am, 1 second, please.
Okay, okay, completed then. Finished?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what are the requirements of a good distribution system? Okay, a good distribution system should satisfy the minimum requirements as mentioned below. So the first requirement, it should be capable to have an adequate water pressure at the consumer taps for a specific rate of flow. So the pressure matters. If pressure is not sufficient, the public will get, or the consumer will get irritated. So it should be capable to provide the adequate quantity of water with the proper pressure. It should not be too high. It should not be too low. It should be optimal pressure. Pressure should be great enough to adequately meet the firefighting needs. So whenever the firefighting is there, and in that case, in the case of firefighting, there is need to have the good pressure, good enough pressure. Otherwise, we will not be able to control the fire within a time. And hence, maybe the optimum pressure is provided for the public, but during the fire control, we should be capable to get a better pressure than the required to control the fire. Okay, that is the second requirement in respect of distribution system. And then only we can say this distribution system is a good distribution system. At the same time, pressure should not be excessive, because development of pressure head brings important cost consideration, and as pressure increases, leakages increases too. The pressure खूप वाढलं की there is a more chances to have the more number of leakages. If there is leakages or number of more leakages are more, huge amount of wastage of water will be there. So loss of water will increase. So it should not be too high, it should not be too low. Okay. Then the purity of distributed water should be maintained. This requires distribution system should be completely watertight. What we are doing in a treatment plant, we are treating drinking water. And if it is treated by taking a lot of efforts, so same quality must reach to the public at their consumer point. Otherwise, if there are no proper care is being taken, means if the system is not the waterproof system, watertight system, then there is a chances of having the increase there, the chances of recontamination will get increases, and that will deteriorate the quality of water. So it will not be good. That's why it should be sufficient to provide the water to the public with the same quality as treated in a treatment plant. Okay. Then maintenance of distribution system should be easy and economical. Okay, there is a very important task to go for the maintenance of water distribution system, and that should be easy and economical. And maintenance may require weekly maintenance may be there, monthly maintenance may be there, or yearly maintenance may be there. There are the different types of maintenance. Weekly maintenance will be different, our yearly maintenance will be different, monthly maintenance will be different, but all these distributions maintenance must be easy and economical. Okay, then we can say that distribution system is a good distribution system. What else points are need to be taken into consideration to consider the distribution system is a good distribution system? So the next point is water should remain available during breakdown periods of pipeline. बरोबर आहे, breakdown periods of pipeline म्हणजे तुम्हाला आता distribution system चं नेटवर्क तुम्ही अंडरस्टँड करायला सुरुवात केली की हा पॉइंट समजेल तुम्हाला की water should remain available during breakdown period of pipeline. What is this actually? Breakdown period in the sense maybe sometimes a leakage found in one of the area. Then in that case it should not be like this की त्या एरियात लीकेज आहे म्हणून एंटायर सिटीला पाणी द्यायचं बंद करायचं. It should not be like this. We should become sufficient capable to provide the water to the other city people, remaining people in that city with a proper pressure, though that area is under maintenance. Okay. Then system of distribution should not such that if one pipe bursts, it puts a large area without water. If a particular pipe length is under repair and has been shut down, the water to the population living in the downstream side of the pipe, this pipeline should be available from other pipeline. ज्यादा की पुढे जाऊन आपण नेटवर्क शिकणार आहे त्यावेळेस हे पॉइंट तुमच्या लक्षात यायला सुरुवात होतील. समजा हा डिस्ट्रीब्युशन पॉइंट आहे तुमचा. ओके, समजा हा डिस्ट्रीब्युशन पॉइंट आहे. या डिस्ट्रीब्युशन पॉइंट पासून की हे लो लाइंग एरिया आहे, इकडे वेगवेगळ्या दिशेने पाणी प्रोव्हाइड केले जाते. ओके, बट आता समजा इथं तुमचा मेंटेनन्स चालू झाला, ह्या एरियामध्ये मेंटेनन्स प्रोसेस सुरू झाली, तर असं नको व्हायला की या एरियाला कम्प्लीटच पाणी नकोय. नाही, तर तुमची सिस्टम शुड बी केपेबल टू प्रोव्हाइड वॉटर टू these people also through some any other way. Is it? इथे जर 5 दिवस तुमचं ब्रेकडाऊन राहिलं तर तुम्ही 5 दिवस या एरियातल्या लोकांना पाणी देणार नाही का? It should not be like this. We should capable to provide water through some other way. Is it? So this is the condition. Then what else conditions are there? All the distribution pipes should be preferably laid 1 meter away or above the sewer line. All the distribution pipes should be preferably laid 1 meter away or above the sewer line. Okay, in the first lecture itself, I have explained the network, about network, distribution network. If you can assume this is the main road, okay, and on this main road, suppose this is the main road, and on this main road, there will be the two lines. One is the supply line, sorry, one is the water supply line, okay. And if possible, we should take care that if water supply line is at this side, you can go to construct the wastewater collection line from another way, another side, okay. Or otherwise, if not possible to design such two lines at the two different sides aside the road, at that time you can take care that at least 2 meter 1 meter distance between these two lines should be there, first thing. And second thing, the wastewater collection line should be in a deep, and the water supply line should be close to the earth surface. Mhanje, whenever there is a leakages from the water distribution system as well as from the wastewater collection system, there is a possible to have the leakages in both pipelines. But the wastewater collection pipe वरती आहे आणि water distribution system खाली आहे, तर काय होईल की इथलं जे leakage झालेलं आहे ते by gravity it goes down, and if there is a leakage in a water distribution system also, at that time it will start falling down and it will be accumulated in that pipe. It should not be happen. Then what should be happen? We should go to have the water supply line at the surface level and wastewater distribution system at the bottom level. Okay, so this way we can avoid the consequences coming in respect of recontamination of water. Getting? So that's why we should take care in that respect also. All the distribution pipes should be preferably laid 1 meter away or above the sewer line. Okay, then water quality should not get deteriorated in the distribution pipe. That point we have already discussed. I hope you are understanding what kind of cares we need to take while constructing, fabricating, excavating the distribution system. Kai problem asel tar vichara? You can ask me any problem if you have. Otherwise, we'll move to the next point. Let me know if you have a problem.
No, ma'am.
No problem? Okay. Then we'll move to the next point. Now we are going to study in detail the different layouts of the distribution system. There are generally 4 layouts of the distribution system, and these are nothing but the dead end system, gridiron system, ring system, and radial system. Means what? The layouts of the distribution system. There will be a network, and what should be the design of that network is nothing but the layouts of the distribution network. So these are the 4 different layouts we can go for the distribution of water. Okay, so you are requested to note down this slide. Then one-to-one the system I will explain. Okay, please note down this. Over.
Yes, ma'am. Over.
Okay, good. This is a dead end system. Dead end system is also called as the tree system. Okay, tree system in the sense you can see here. This is a main pipe. Okay, you can see here. This is a main pipe. Water is moving in this direction. Okay. Now, if it is a main pipe, then there are some laterals. You can see these are the laterals. Okay. Then to each, sorry, these are the submains and these are the laterals. You can see here, these are the laterals. So what is the structure? Each pipe is parallel to the road. So main pipe will be parallel to the main road. Submain pipe will be parallel to the submain. And then laterals will be providing water to the each individual colony, each individual resident in a colony. Okay, so like this, suppose you can say this is a main road. Okay, and from this main road, it may going, this road is going to suppose Tiranganagar, suppose. Okay, and this here may be the colony established. Okay, entire colony is established over here. And in this colony, by constructing number of laterals this way, we can make available water to the public. Okay, there may be the multiple house, and for each individual house, you can provide water by taking out the number of laterals for each individual. So that's why I'm saying, making the sentence that each individual line is parallel to the each individual road. Means the main pipe is parallel to the main road, sub-main pipe is parallel to the sub-main road, and then water can be provided to the individuals through the laterals, or we can say it is a branches. And why we are calling dead-end system as a tree system? Because the dead-end system can be constructed like a tree. Means wherever required the requirement. Suppose here is the current structure. Whatever is shown here is the current structure. Okay. And suddenly we found that the development in this area is started. Okay. Development in this area is started. Then what can be done? Whether these people, can we say to these people, no, our pipeline is not there. Though you are in a region of the Pandharpur, we are not going to provide the water. It is not like this. It's our duty to make them available water, and we can take another branch over here, another pipe, another sub-main road, sub-main pipe, and then through that sub-main pipe, many number of laterals anyway, and we can make available water to the public. Okay, and that's why we can say it is a dead-end system, or the tree system. Means it is looking like a tree, not the specific shape. It can change the specific shape. That's why we can say it is a tree system. Why we are calling dead-end to this system, that I will tell you. Why we are calling to this system as a dead-end system, I will explain you. Okay. Here you can see when water is flowing from distribution point to through these various systems, okay, through this main pipe it is coming. Then from this sub-main pipe it is moving aside, next forward, in a forward direction.